Hi everyone! A few months back I bought the new iMac M1 and I promised to share my honest opinion from digital artist and illustrator perspective, and I think this video will not only show you a few new tricks, but also might help you save some money. I will also tell you why I switched from PC and why it made sense for me to buy this one and use it with my iPad instead of a pen display or a drawing tablet, and why it may work for you too. Took me a few weeks to release this video because I wanted to take some time to test it out and to be completely honest. I will also teach you 3 different ways you can use your iPad, any iPad you have, with your Mac that will be really useful if you are an illustrator, artist or designer. Also, I'll show you how I work with the desktop version of programs like Photoshop or Affinity Designer directly on your iPad without having to buy an expensive drawing tablet. How to mirror your iPad screen on your Mac and the other way around for free, and also via really good professional apps you can use. But before we start, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Domestika. Domestika is, in my opinion, the best learning platform you can find, where you can learn directly from the best artists, illustrators, designers and creatives. If you follow me for a while, you probably know that I always recommend Domestika, as I've been taking many of their classes, and that I have also chosen to partner up with Domestika to create my first online class. The reason I believe Domestika is better than any other platform is of the quality of the content, how well structured the classes are, with a system that will guide you through every step, as they show you their full process and share their advice, knowledge and expertise, and you are learning from the best in their field. To give you an example, the last class I took was a recently released one by Sam Nassour. If you are not familiar with his work, pause the video, check his Instagram and come back. He's an art director and visual development artist who creates incredible characters. His class is called Character Design, Illustrate and Expressive Creature. In this class, he shares great tips for when working digitally while developing a unique character from the very start to finish. He teaches how to create expressive, lovable characters, give advice on how to approach the character's surroundings, add dynamics and mood to the whole scene. It was incredible to see him work and develop the character. And one of the most important features for me is that at the end of the class, you as a student get to submit your project and you will receive feedback on your work, making it a full educational experience. I'm leaving the link below so you can take the class yourself. I will tell you all about the class I'm creating with Domestika in a full separate video. You can also subscribe to my free newsletter, The Creative Draft, where I share resources for digital artists and illustrators, some insights to new projects I'm working on and tools. I will leave the link below, be sure to check it out, it's free and anyone can join. So this year I decided it was time for me to finally update my professional tools and to have a little bit more flexibility if needed. I shared in another video I saw no point in upgrading the iPad and spending 2K in the M1 version, as the power of the new iPad makes no difference for me as an illustrator. Initially, I looked on a few 20-something pen displays just because I wanted to be able to use the Photoshop desktop version if I needed to do retouches to big artworks like the City of Madrid billboard I made. The only problem is that a good pen displays cost close to 3K here in Europe, and I already have an iPad, so it felt a bit redundant. I talked a lot to Pedro, my tech guide, and we both came to the conclusion that it made sense to buy the new iMac and find different ways to pair it up with the iPad to achieve the same goal, and I explain you how. The iMac I got is the maxed out version, and without taxes it was less than 2K, and I went, as you can see, for the yellow version. It ended up being gold, which really surprised me, but I love it even more. I won't talk too much about the design, it's great. It basically doesn't occupy any space on my desk, the color complements perfectly my working space, and the display is absolutely fantastic. Yes, the white frames are odd, but after a few days you get used to them. One of the things we saw when buying this iMac was the performance. Everyone was saying that it's great, and it actually is. Let's take for example this huge file from my Madrid city poster. It's one of the biggest files I have. Normally on my old computer this will take a minute to save and even more to open, and it's super laggy. With this one it's just a second and I can work easily and quickly with it. This iMac makes absolutely no noise, like nothing at all. Same when exporting a YouTube video. Normally with my old computer it would take me a good hour, now it's 15 to 20 minutes. All of that is good, but it's not the best part. The combination between the chip, the excellent screen, the price and some cool software features are making my life as an artist easier, as they really improve my workflow. To give you all an example, every time I finish an illustration, I normally do pixel peeping, but on a big screen, to see all the small details prior to sending it off to my clients. Before having this set up, I was connecting my iPad via Thunderbolt to my 4K BenQ monitor. I did a video about that monitor that I really like, and I will leave it below. So if you are on PC, you can still do this very easily. To do this, just go to Launchpad, search for QuickTime, go to File, New Movie Recording. From the drop-down menu, select your iPad. Important thing, both Mac and the iPad should share the same Apple ID and be a trusted device. After that, you can see your iPad on a bigger screen for extra details. Let's go back to that big billboard file. The other thing I needed to do was to be able to add some touches to a big format file if I had to. There are two ways of doing this. One is free and the other one not so much. The free version is using the Apple Sidecar function. With it you can easily mirror your screen and move your Photoshop, Illustrator or Affinity Designer desktop app and work directly there. The feature is amazing, mostly because it has full pen support. Sure, you can do the same with a pen display, but I didn't want to spend 5K between a new computer I needed and a drawing tablet. I want to do a video review on iPad alternatives. Let me know if that's something you guys would like to see. I'm thinking about creating a video about Pro alternatives within different price range, so you guys have more options when choosing your tools. The last option would be to use something like Astropad or Duet Display. The main difference is that those are paid apps. Astropad offers a subscription and a 30 days trial, so you can test it out. I haven't used it myself so far, just installed it for this video, but the main difference seems to be the refresh rate and the quality of images streamed to your iPad, plus some cool customizable gesture controls. If you want a video about that, also just let me know. So far I think buying this computer was a great decision for all the reasons mentioned. Also, it's so powerful compared to other things out there in the same price range. So if you are a designer or a digital artist, it's definitely worth checking out. I want to thank again Domestika for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out their classes regularly as they offer a lot of discounts and promotions and bundles. Also, please consider subscribing to my newsletter, The Creative Draft. Thank you so much for watching this video and I see you in the next one. Bye!